sixth category is known as those who are in debt. Someone who has a huge debt, and this debt was incurred due to halal purposes. For example, someone who was in a business and the business failed and he went bankrupt, and the debtors are all at his case. They want their money back. In this case, as long as the reason was halal and for legitimate reason, and it was not for extravagance or for things that are worldly, then there is no problem in that. And why do I say this? Let's assume that I got myself into debt to buy a fancy, luxurious car, which I don't need. And then I knock on people's doors and say, listen, I have installments to pay and debt, it's too much, help me. No, this is not legitimate. Sell your car. Why do you buy a $100,000 or $200,000 worth of a car? And then you say, I'm indebted? No, we're talking about someone who's totally broke, had to borrow to pay the rent, had to borrow to pay the medical bills that are so much, and he wouldn't be able to pay them off. This kind of a person is a person who's entitled to be in debt and to be given from the zakat money. The seventh category is that for those or for the cause of Allah, fi sabilillah. And the word fi sabilillah is so generic that some scholars open the door for any type of charity. So building masjids, it's fi sabilillah, it's for the cause of Allah. Building this, building that, digging a water well, this is not true. Fi sabilillah refers to those who are fighting in the cause of Allah Azza wa Jal, to defend Islam and to defend the Muslims. These are fi sabilillah, and these are to be given from zakat money, whether they're rich or poor. It doesn't matter, because they've devoted themselves for this noble cause. Some scholars included in this category those students of knowledge, seekers of Islamic knowledge, to be specific, and those who call to Islam. Someone who devoted himself to go to places and preach Islam and teach Muslims and new Muslims how to become real Muslims. Someone who devoted his entire life or most of his time for this noble cause. So scholars said that this is for the cause of Allah. Why? Why was fighting in the cause of Allah initiated in the first place? Jihad. Why? To spread the message of Islam and to prevent those blocking it from reaching the people from what they're doing. This is the purpose of jihad, to spread the message of Islam. So whether you do this with the sword or you do it with the pen, it has the same impact, and therefore it can be given also to the people who are doing it by preaching and teaching. And the eighth category is the one who's stranded. A traveler who was stranded is known in Arabic as Ibn Sabil. And this refers to a traveler who is cut off. Someone who traveled to another city, happened to lose his documents, his wealth, his money, and this happens a lot in Mecca, for example. People coming for Umrah, for Hajj, and everything is lost. Nowadays, it's easier to get access to funds, even if you're rich. When you're rich, by phone calls, by credit cards, by ATMs and the likes. You can get a substitute to whatever was stolen or lost, but sometimes it's not possible. So even if the individual who's stranded is actually rich and he has a lot of money back home, but at the moment he's stranded, he has no ability to reach his funds, in this case, such a person can be given zakat without any problem.